The lecture title is How to Become a Sales Master. A lot of people already they achieved sales master and above in this right now, but this program is for really for everybody. Please understanding how to become a sales master, and then I'm for sure this is a really great program because I already checked a little bit about. So, but this is amazing. So please give it undivided attention. Okay, let me introduce our great diamond master from Miami, Florida, Lucia. Cool.
Hello. Hi again. All right, so I'm a diamond master from Florida, and I'm going to talk about how to become a sales master tonight. All of you already know about it, so it can be so repetitive, but bear with me. And this is my first time talking about this in front of you guys. So let me share the screen first. All right, so how to become a sales master. We're not just talking about the regular sales master out in the world. We're talking about Atomy sales master. So I'm gonna talk about a couple of things tonight. This is gonna be the topic that I'm gonna talk about. Things you need to do any business, and then things you need to do for Atomy business, conditions for sales master, compensation for sales master, and value of $2,000 a month, and learn from my mistakes. So let's move on. So things you need to do any business. What do you need to do a business? First, you're gonna need a capital. That's like a common sense. Capital can be tangible and non-tangible. We have so many examples for that, and I'm going to be very brief on these subjects here. Also, you need a system to run the business. It could be HR you need, and accountants, and any organization levels of the within your business. You're going to need them to scale your business. And also the products you're going to need. Also the inventories you're going to have to keep to maintain the products as well. And the service is the other thing that you're going to need for running any kind of business. What about things you need for Atomy business? To do the Atomy business, first, I'm going to say you need a passion. So what about passion? You have to have a passion to introduce the Atomy products to new customers and make new consumers and build up the consumer lines and share your experience. Without your passion for Atomy products, it's not going to be easy to share your experience and share the products. And you have to become addicted to Atomy products. You love it so much. And you're going to hear, you're crazy. Every time you open your mouth, you talk about Atomy. And even though you don't start talking about Atomy, you end up with talking about Atomy in any kind of subject. So you're going to be called, you're crazy, and you might get shunned from your, close people. But that's the passion you have to have, and which is very important. However, is passion going to be enough to run our business? I would say no. What if you have all this passion, you love all those Atomy products and use them at home, and you talk about it, and your neighbors and your friends and families, relatives, and you don't do anything else? Then you're not doing a business, right? You're just becoming a consumer. So you're gonna need an action with a passion. So when you do take an action, you're gonna need 8 steps to success. Also the 8 cores that the company provides. So we have so many things to talk about all this too. We all know about it, and I'm not gonna go deeper about it. So you have to have a passion with an action to run the smooth Atomy business. Also, I put an importance of the persistence. And when we talk about the persistence, you don't need to be afraid to get rejected when you introduce the products or other Atomy business to other people, because eventually when you face the rejection, you're growing and your learning opportunity is going to grow. And without that experience, when you have a new partners, you might have a hard time to mentor your partners. Eventually, you're doing your own business, you're gonna be a leader, and you're gonna have to educate and be a role model for your partners. So if you don't go through any hardships or you don't face any rejections from new customers, I mean, what can you tell your partners about them? And your partners could go through the hard times, and what are you gonna do? You just listen to them and comfort them. That might not be enough for them. So when you go through all these rejections, that could be a valuable asset to share with your partners and support them as well. The other thing will be consistency. So this is very important too, and consistency includes 48 hours of follow-up. After you first talk to the prospect, any new consumers, you have to keep the communication open as well. The communication could be with either the new customers and also with the sponsors. But in terms of the communication, it's not about you just keep talking about the products or the business. The listening is much more important than talking. So that's the main fact of the communication. And the other important thing is that you have to understand the needs of the consumer. This is about the storytelling, and when you consider the needs of the consumer, you can also recommend the better products to those consumers. And if you know about their circumstances and environments, you can form more rapport with the consumer and build up the better communication as well and make a better connection. So communication is very important, and in order to do that, you need to listen more than talking about it. And the other thing is that effort, not ability. As we all know, we've seen the over 80 years old lady getting into the Crown Leaders Club in Korea. So Atomy is not about ability. We're all here with the same ability when you enter the Atomy business. So Atomy doesn't count your background, your qualification doesn't come with your how long you've been attended the school or how much knowledge you have. It doesn't matter. So Atomy is going to be scaled by your effort, again, with the passion and action and your effort. So if we can break it down, hold on, let me 1 second here. So you have to put an effort to make the system income, and you need to invest with your absolute time and effort, because many people tend to think when you start the business with the Atomy, you're gonna just get the automated income without doing anything. And some people might even think when you hit the first money and you have an income coming in, and they might think, oh, that's automated, so I got the first one, or when is the next coming in? It doesn't work like that, but I've seen many people thinking like that and don't do anything about it. So until you generate a system in money coming in automatically, you have to invest with your own time and effort. And of course, the important thing is that you have to build customers. When you build the customers, you have to first introduce the product and get them registered, and then get them purchased on themselves. And instead of you just purchase them and deliver to them and pass it along, you have to teach them how to purchase them and help them understand the business. And that's how you build the customers. Eventually, they're going to become auto consumers. So that's what you're going to need to become, to become a eventually auto sales master. So in that process, you're going to find the business partners. The power of the consumers you can neglect it, but you have to eventually find business partners in the process of building the consumers. And also, to do the Atomy business better, you have to stay plugged into the system, which is very important. the system you can plug into could be a line meeting of your own, and it's a center meeting you can attend, and one-day seminar, which is provided online these days, and also Success Academy. And the other thing is that the system you can use, we also heard a lot about this thing called the Euler's Law. When you have prospects, new consumers or new business prospects, you can introduce them to your upline sponsors. So you can't just do everything on your own, and it is better when you explain them the business processes and all the systems from your experienced upline sponsors, rather than you explaining to them. Then they may be able to open more minds and ears and pay attention to the business. So the other thing is open mind, of course, and we hear a lot about it. This works for your partners and the consumers as well. You have to be perseverant, and you have to be understanding with the love and patience when you communicate with your consumers and partners as well. So it looks like it's a lot, but they are very important to do Atomy business. And if you're not doing the Atomy business or just doing any business, you can just ignore any rude customers or the partners you don't like. You can just ignore and move on. But with Atomy business, we're not going to do that. We're going to embrace them with our love and understanding and grow together for success. So for conditions to become a sales master, what could it be? What could they be? Hold on. As we all know, to become a sales master, you have to have your own PV, which is a 700,000, not 300,000. When you have 300,000 only, that's the time when you begin to earn the money. When you have matching 300Ks on both sides, on the left and the right. And the most important thing to become a sales master, you have to have two-line business. Let's not forget, this is not one-line business. This is definitely two-line business. So, which means sponsors are not in charge of our one line. I am the owner of this business, and I'm going to be the leader of this business. So when we start, we are coming down from the upper line, and I could be at the bottom. But when we do the business, you don't necessarily need to consider the upper line, and you consider yourself as a number one of the business starter. So even if you're recruited, and this is another skill that when you build up the lineage, even if you're recruited, you don't mix with your family line. And you need to consider the best benefit of the member when you put them in the line, which line left or right. And the best way is to consult with your sponsor. I'm going to show this in a couple of minutes. So with these two lines, each line has to accumulate 2.5 million PV on the left and 2.5 million PV on the right during the period of either first half of the month or the second half of the month. So from the day 1 to the 15th, or from the 16th to the end of the month, you have to have this all accumulated PV, 2.5 million on the left and 2.5 million on the right. And you have to have your own 700,000 PV. That's when you become a sales master. So you have, you have an opportunity to become a sales master twice a month, either in the first half of the month or second half of the month. The compensation for a sales master is there are different kind of compensations. One is a general commission. It's going to be about $500 when you become a sales master, when you meet the qualification and conditions, either the first half or the second half. and there will be a master bonus, and which is 10% out of 20% of entire sales PV distributed to sales master. So there are 7 masterships available in Atomy, and the master's bonus is going to be coming from 20% all total, but out of that 20%, 10% is allotted to sales master. So when you become a sales master, you're getting a lot of benefits. And about the master's bonus is going to be about 450. So depending on the currency exchange rate, it could be a total of $1,000 when you become a sales master. So that means, that's why we've been saying when you become like an auto sales master, you're going to generate $2,000 a month, which means you're going to become a sales master in the first half and also the second half of each month. Then you can generate about $2,000 a month. And the mastership promotion, you will get this Himohim and the Fame set and Evening Care set. This is just a promotion, one-time promotion. Once you hit the sales master the very first time, you're going to get these bonuses. But other than that, this master's bonus and general commission, you'll be getting it every time you become sales master. So again, when you become a sales master, the entire month, you could generate about $2,000 a month. And the value of $2,000 is more than what you can imagine. So for example, in Korea, you can get about $2,000 a month after you retire from 30 years of government job in Korea. And that's like a retirement payment every month you get. It's only after you retire 30 years of working as a government worker. And if you own any building worth of like $9 million, then you can generate $2,000 a month from an interest. And do we have that at all? I mean, I guess not. That's why we are here. But that's how much $2,000 a month is. So much value. When you think of $2,000, some people might say, oh, just that's nothing. I'm not going to do all this hard work for just $2,000. But when it becomes the pipeline and the residual income that automatically generated, it's going to be give you the substantial freedom in terms of financial and time freedom. Also, when you become an auto sales master and generating $2,000 a month, almost every month, then you can inherit it to your third generations, to your children and children's of children. So why not? And this is a very important part as well. Some people get very largely motivated when they talk about the money itself as well. So at this point, I'm going to share how you generate the lineage. Let me show you here. So before I show you, this is a business plan you can find from the Atomy website. And you will see all the levels here for the mastership. So when you have only like a 10,000 and less than 300,000 PV, you'll be like a sales rep. And when you have 300,000 PV, you are titled as an agent. So when you have 300,000 PV, that's when you start earning this money. When you meet 300,000 PV on each line under you. So hold on 1 second. And here's a 10% I was talking about earlier. The master's bonus is 20% of entire sales PV distributed, but all these levels are sharing the 20%, but for this sales master, we'll be getting 10% of the out of 20%. That's a big chunk. If you look at this percentage, they're getting smaller as you go up a level of the mastership. And the other thing, you can also keep in mind that there is no restrictions on your promotion for all these 3 levels, the first 3 levels, which is a sales master, diamond master, and Sharon Rose master. So for sales master, you can become a sales master if you just want, and if you have the money you can afford, and if you have enough consumers as well. But from starting with the diamond masters, it's a partnership. You have to have your partners, and Sharon Rose masters as well. But as you see, there's no restriction here. So this means from an agent, you can directly become a diamond master as well. But you gotta have enough consumers under you so you can have 2 partners, 2 sales masters on each line on the left, and 2 sales master on the right line. You can also become a Sharon Rose master directly from an agent too. But remember, for Sharon Rose masters, you have to have 2 diamond masters on the left and 2 diamond masters on the right. That means it's gonna be 4 sales masters on the left and 4 sales masters on the right. So you can challenge it to become diamond master directly without becoming a sales master, which is also recommended by our CEO, Hangi Park, when he was asked how he would start the business if he starts all over again. He recommended becoming a diamond master as a goal. So this is how you do it. I mean, you can skip becoming a sales master and directly to become diamond master, but you must have 2 sales masters on each side, on each line, to become a diamond master. And the other masterships have those restrictions. So I just wanted to show you that that's available. And so when we create the lineage, this is me. As I said before, I mean, there are other people above me, but I'm not gonna consider them for now, because I'm gonna be number 1. I'm the owner of my own business. So you consider yourself as a number 1 starter of your own business. And then we do the business, and when we put the people under us, we're gonna put it on the left 1 line, on the right 1 line, just like that. Here, the mistake I made in the beginning, I just heard about it's gonna be 2 lines. I had no idea about the binary system, and I never had an opportunity to run business. So when I did it, this is how I put people, how I registered. I put 1 person on my left and the other person on my right. So I don't know why this is coming up. And then I put another person under this person on the left, thinking, oh, I'm gonna help this person, so this person get money when this 1 person and the other person on the right makes the 300,000 PV. And then I put another person here on the left and on the right as well, thinking, oh, I'm gonna help this person to make money. Because in the beginning, I have my own 300,000 PV, and then the way I could do the business is I keep purchasing and introduce to people, and not necessarily the people who I registered, they were buying it and they were interested in earning the points. So I was just basically telling them, oh, I could help you make money. You don't need to do anything. That's what I was telling, which I shouldn't have, right? And then later on, I was adding more people. And then this person, I told him, I'm gonna help you make money, and you don't need to do anything. You just keep buying and using it. And same thing happened here, and I did edit, and then I added another person to help them make money, and here, and add another one, and here, and add another one. And in the end, I came to a point when I have to accumulate like a 250,000 or above. I had to go into this person's account to check and see how many points this person needs on each side to generate the income. And also go into this person's account to check the points. And also this person's account to check the points. You see where I'm going? So this was like, I'm not having two lines here. I'm having at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines that I was running in the beginning. And that was a huge mistake. So it is still taking me time to fix this. Now I'm trying to get rid of these unnecessary branches and move them over to the other line to make a stronger line for each one, for each left and right. So that's one of the lessons I learned also. And then the other thing is that when you introduce products and make consumers, you don't just introduce the products. Like I mentioned before, you try to find a business partner. And that's the other thing, one of the things that I missed doing it. I just was focusing on talking about the products and selling them. I was like, I wasn't doing a business, for example, to be exact. I was just doing the direct selling, not running a business. So it came to a point I got exhausted so much. However, if I had shared the vision of the business and tried to find a partner and educate them and make them duplicate, I mean, I wasn't even able to duplicate myself. I shouldn't have. But if I educated them enough and informed them about the business opportunities and share the value of Atomy enough, then I could have business partners at this point or down here or over here or somewhere along down here. And then even if I had many branches, maybe I didn't have to check all these small points, go into each account and to check and see how many points they needed. You know what I mean? So that was one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning. So I recommend now with my partners that you just build 2 strong lines, 1 and 2, and I make sure that they don't depend on me and they just take care of 1 line. I make sure that they take care of each line, left and right, which is very important. And I was learning from about YouTube about the binary lines as well. The way you can make it stronger is that at least you have to have 3 people to register before you even put another person in other line. So each person, if they put, let's say, I'm here, and then if this person has 3 person and this person wants to make another line, this person has at least has to have 3 people on one side, and then they can start branching out another line. That's what I learned in the middle of the learning process of the binary. But after all, it's very important to keep a 1 straight line. And whenever they show the interested of doing the Atomy business, they can branch out their other line. So for this one also, you maintain 1 line straight as possible, as much as possible. And when these people want to do the business, they can build other line also from here and here as well. So that way you can have a stronger line build up and make your line stronger. And move on to my other mistakes. So you've already learned a lot from your own mistakes, and you probably heard a lot about these mistakes you see here. So that lineage buildup was my most foremost mistakes I made in the beginning. And yet, I see the notes here. So it is strongly recommended that you consult with your sponsors when you build up the lineage. Even if you're very good at it now, when you have a new partners, I recommend that you consult with your sponsors. Also, follow up and through, which is very important. I did a lot of cold contacts in the beginning, so I was kind of, oh, I didn't know I was good at this, and I felt good about it. But the problem was I was having the full-time job and was doing an Atomians as a side. I wasn't able to follow up. So even though I introduced to so many people, so many strangers, because I wasn't able to follow up and through, I couldn't keep them up as an auto consumer. So you need to take care of the seed that you planted. I'm going to say this again, especially now, we're going to have this new system called Atomy apps, the Atomy PPO system, personal platform owner system, which will make us to recruit the people without having them registered as a member, which means anyone who see the find about the Himohim, and if they find any Atomy business person around them, they're gonna go to that person. So if you plant a seed to someone and you don't follow up, one day you might find them, purchasing products from other people doing the Atomy business, and you don't want that to happen. That's going to be a big no-no and a big frustration. So especially now, we're going to have this personal platform owner system. It is time to more concentrate on your own seed that you planted and follow up and through, and make them your own customer and your repeat customer as well. So let the whole world around you know that you are doing the Atomy business. That's very important, I think. And the giveaways and the sellouts. I because I loved the Atomy products in the beginning so much, and I fell in love with it, especially with the Himohim and the toothbrush and toothpaste. I was just almost giving away for free and thinking, oh, they're going to use this one now, and then they're going to fall in love with them like I did. But that was a big mistake. As I learned, and as we all learned, if they get it for free, they put it away and they forget about it. I mean, unless the upscale brand like a Chanel or Lancome or even the Louis Vuitton, such stuff, then they never heard of Atomy. Like it could end up in the trash can or just be forgotten for a long time. So even when you give away, unless you are giving away to people that you were introduced to, that you already know, when you're doing the cold contact, it's best probably let them pay even $1, or even 50 cents per toothpaste or whatever. And actually, I had people asking me when I handed them over, oh, how much? And then I said, oh, it's free for you. I bought it for you. Thinking that, oh, they're going to contact me soon, but that was my mistake too. So think about it, and that's part of your asset as well. You're giving away, you purchase them, you spend your own money, and you don't want to just spread it on the road for nothing. And also the power of referrals. We all know that each person has at least 200 people behind them. And that's the potential consumers for us. And there's a big database. So even if the consumer you contacted showing not interested and they don't want to hear about anything about Atomy, you can at least ask for referrals. Ask them if they know, if they can recommend someone who can benefit from using Atomy or from doing Atomy business, you know. And also share the value of Atomy. I just focus on sharing the products and how good they are for the quality and the price. I missed sharing the value of Atomy. That's the mistakes I made. Also, which connects to the business opportunities. And when you introduce them with the product and you talk about the business opportunities, you're gonna remind them you have to duplicate and yourself, and it's a two-line business, which is important. And this is one of the big mistakes I made as well. Separate bank account. So when I bought those products, I circulate them to consumers, and I was also using them for myself, right? So we all hear and we all know if I use them, I generate the income as well. So sell it to myself. That's what I was doing. However, I wasn't separating the bank account, which means business account and personal account. So when I was using the product, I just use it, like grab it from my own store and edit them up and use them up, and not putting the money, which means I didn't pay for it, right? So even if when you use it for ourselves, we have to make sure that goes into your business account, back to your credit card or back to your bank account for whatever you use and whatever you eat, and make sure that you have the separate account. So, I mean, that's the 101 for business people, but like I said, I had no experience with business, and I've seen many business owners now they are doing the balance sheets at the end of the day after their business, and then, you know, calculate everything. Also, this take charge as the owner, not as an operator, which is very important. When I was out, I wasn't the owner. I was acting as like a direct selling again as an operator. We need to build our own system with duplication. So, which means when we recruit the customers or consumers, we need to think about our future partners as well, and consider them as our future partners in the business. So it's important as well. Maybe you take the time to write down your wannabe partners and ideal partners. Yeah, you know, thinking about you wish your new partner could be this way or could be that way, and I wish my partner could generate a lot of money and have a lot of consumers, or I wish my partner didn't have to ask a lot about anything to me or ask for help to me as a sponsor. If they are gonna be your ideal partner conditions or qualifications, then you need to become one like that, right? So they can duplicate yourselves and become a partner like that you want, that you would like to have. And dream big. I'm learning these days a lot that we have to have our, you know, dream so high and like a crazy dream that whenever your friends listen to your dream about it, and they're gonna say you're crazy, that's nonsense, that's not gonna that's not gonna happen, or something like that. So you have to dream so big that your people will call you crazy enough. And the other thing I found is that you have to dream big so high, and if you put like if your goal is for example making $2,000 per month for next month, then I heard that you need to put like 100 times higher than the $2,000 a month. So if that's gonna be $2,000 times 10, and how much is that gonna be? So you put that as a goal, because once you put the higher goals, the chances are you're gonna meet the actual goal you have in your mind. There also applies the Pareto's rules, 80 versus 20. So when you set your goals much higher, it's possible that sometimes you could just reach to 20% of your goals, which could be the actual goal you had in your mind to achieve. So that's another tip. And then set the goals with specific actions and definite numbers. I was very weak about this. I just had a vague goals, and I didn't have the definite numbers. Definite numbers meaning because we're doing the business making money, you have to have your certain number in terms of how much you want to make. And you have to also have the specific actions in terms of what to do, what you're going to do, like talk to one person or to 10 people a day, something like that. You got to be very specific in terms of the numbers. And you also have the specific line, the definite dates of your goal to come true. So action plan should be very specific with numbers, because numbers never lie. And when you put your actions with your numbers, goals, and it can be measurable, and you will know where you are in the journey or path of reaching to your success and to reach the goal you set. So those are the mistakes I made, and you probably have seen or have heard a lot, but I wanted to share that. And also was just one thing I wanted to share. So in terms of the communication and follow up, you see all this, this is a lineage. And you know by now that anyone with this red box, they are done. And these green boxes, they haven't become an agent yet. So when they reach to have the 300K points, they become an agent, and the box is going to turn to blue color. And the other thing you can do to follow up is to check. I think we have it recently, to check and see if anyone has a phone, the telephone symbol in front of them. That's a great opportunity to give them a call, like this one. You see here, the telephone icon in front of their name. If you have any members like this is a time to make a call or contact them. This could be a very good excuse that you haven't talked to them for a year probably, but this is a very good excuse to call them and let them know it's been a year that you ordered last time. So before your account closes up, can you check and see what you can buy or what you're missing? And so if you see the phone symbol in front of the member, this is another great time to follow up and through. And there has been cases that people have been waiting to be called, to be contacted by you or someone else, and they have forgotten because we all become busy from daily lives. So for this one, again, you can call them and let them know. And it's again another great time to explain them about the business opportunities for the people like this. When they have both lines, you can also remind them how they can make money and they can help with their lives, small or big. I have something else. And this one, for example, this one has all these people on the left and only one person on the right. This person received the money a couple of times when she bought herself some products with this account on the right. So for this person, the left side could be over 1 million points, and this right side points until they reach to the 300,000. The Atomy waits until this the smaller volume size reach to the 300,000 points. So since this person didn't do anything, and I think there's a term for this type, I mean, not necessarily for this person, but if she had all these people on the right as well generating the automated income for her, she could be in there like a pigs club or something like that. But since she had only one and all these people on the left, she could generate money by purchasing through this one person account on the right. And this person also could become a sales master. This is like behind the story among our business partners. When you challenge to become a sales master, you'll find that there's a way to do it too. Only with one person on the right, you could also become a sales master if this person wants to. The way she will do is that she will have all these 2.5 million PV accumulated on the left side. And then on the right side, she'll be matching 300K PV. Each time she sees is 300K on the left side. She could do that by matching 300K PV every time she sees 300K coming up on the left side, or she could just buy products to match 2.5 million on the right, and then she can start doing the business with that. Eventually, in the beginning, we're gonna need lots of products to introduce to new consumers and build up the customers line. So, and the other tip is that if this person had a 2.5 million PV on the left and 2.5, like a 2 million, and missing like a 300K PV on the right, and also if the person doesn't have the 700K, then this person can purchase to meet 2.5 million on the right for her own account. You probably heard about it from your sponsors. So when the smaller line does not meet the qualification to become a sales master and short from meeting the 2.5 million, you can put those points by purchasing through your account. So make this smaller line, which is the right one, and your account points all together. For that period, you challenge it to become a sales master, a total of 2.5 million PV. I hope I think you know all about this. I just wanted to remind you that. So basically that's it for now. And the last thing I just wanted to remind you again is that it is time to act much stronger and tell people that you are doing the Atomy business. And the other day I ran into someone in the elevator in my building. He was a Spanish coming, visiting some people doing the hair salon business in the home. So it was like he was a hairdresser on call visiting one of our units in the apartment building. And then he saw me carrying the Atomy bag and he goes, "Oh, you're doing Atomy business." So I'm like, "Oh, how did you know? You know about the Atomy?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a sales master." So if he didn't tell me he was a sales master, I was about to ask him, have you heard of Atomy? And then, talk about Atomy, but he first said that he's doing the Atomy business and he's a sales master. And I find more and more people doing Atomy business around me. So it is very important to let people know that you are doing the Atomy business. So whenever people need it, any products right away, or in the meantime, then you can let them that you can help them deliver the product, or also help them earn the points. So if you don't, you never know. And one day you'll get a call, you might get a call from your long lost friend or long lost family member calling you. How are you doing? Are you doing great? Do you have time to speak with me? What are your dreams? So you never know. Before someone calls you and asks you, what are your dreams? Can I have a minute to talk with you? Then if you let everyone know that you're doing the business, you will never get that phone call. So thank you very much for your listening and attention and patience. Thank you.